Hello everyone, and welcome to this exciting new series called The Life, debuting right here on your Washington football team channel. I'll be your host, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. So excited each and every week to take you inside the lives of the football players off the football field so you, the fans, really get a chance to know them. Joining me on this debut episode, I am so excited to be joined by cornerback Jimmy Moreland, aka the People's Corner. We're going to have such a fun show. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Jimmy, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. So first, before we get started, how are you feeling? How are you doing? How's everything going with you?
I'm feeling good. A little sore from Sunday, but, that's every game. Other than that, I'm just glad to come injury-free out of the game, and looking forward to this week.
So first thing, what is your favorite food?
I got to say ribs.
Ribs. What kind of barbecue sauce are you putting on those ribs?
Oh, honey barbecue sauce.
Nice. So yeah, I figured because you're Southern.
I kind of like maple barbecue, but honey barbecue is most definitely.
Nice. Honey barbecue is very, very good. And I love that answer. And then your cheat day meal. And don't worry, we won't tell your trainers, but on your cheat days, that's still your favorite meal, or do you have another one?
I don't have a cheat day because I'm a sleep. So I can cheat every day. So, my cheat day, yeah, I'm having everything, snacks, chips, all types of stuff.
I love it. I wish I could eat like you, but my metabolism is not that good. I don't have the same workout routine. All right, next thing, favorite movie?
It's kind of hard. That's a lot of movies because I'm a movie watcher, so I like a lot of movies, but I like comedy movies over a lot of movies. So I have to say, like, Life.
Life is a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. So, I might as well ask you then, who's your favorite comedian?
Chris Tucker.
Good answer.
No, I got to check that back. Bernie Mac, RP the GOAT. I got to get that to him.
All right, so while we're doing favorite movie, which I'm sure, do you even miss the movies? When's the last time you've been to a movie?
Black and Blue? When Black and Blue came out?
Oh, wow.
And Life, that's the last time I've been.
So we got to get you to the movies post-COVID.
Yeah.
All right, next, favorite TV show of all time?
Favorite TV show of all time, The Wire.
Wire is good, and I'm sure our local fans will love to hear that. So I love hearing that. All right, so next, I know it's probably been a while since you took a vacation, but what's the favorite vacation destination?
I have to say anywhere overseas, just getting a different view of things and just seeing how other people live in different countries. So, anywhere overseas.
So let me ask you, are you one of those people that are trying to go to every country and check it off the list? Or are you just kind of, you just guess where you're going to go?
Most definitely. I'm that type of person. I'm starting to travel more this year. So hopefully this upcoming year, once all this COVID stuff will get out of the way.
Where's the first place you're going to go, Jimmy? Tell me now.
I think Greenland or Norway. I want to go somewhere over there.
Nice. We might have to tag along with you because I have never been. I'm a little jealous. All right, next, favorite musical artist.
My favorite musical artist is,
yes.
We talking about rappers or just?
We can do rappers if you like rap. I don't want to assume, Jimmy. We're learning you.
Am I just rapping or just singing and stuff? I have to go with Kodak Black.
Nice. Kodak Black is a very, very good one. All right, I like that. Favorite song by him or favorite line?
I think my favorite song by him is Gave It All I Got.
Nice. I feel like that ties to the football season, right? I'm sure that ties to your life on the football field.
It does ties in my life. Got to give everything you got to get where you want to go. So
I like that. And just following up on that, now, favorite superhero, and I will judge you on this answer.
Oh, Spider-Man.
All right. That's a pretty good one. I'll give you that one.
A lot of people will say Superman, but I need to have my spider sense. I need to know when some is coming. I need to know, spiders is a intriguing animal to me.
Yeah, you get those senses, right, when things are happening and coming. We like to hear that when we think about our DBs, so great to hear. Did you see the new Spider-Man movie at all? I'm sure you have.
Oh, no. They've been getting too many.
We'll make sure we'll pass that note along to the director. We got to keep Jimmy Moreland happy here in Washington. All right, what is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is probably a tiger.
Okay. I got to ask you to explain.
Because a tiger is basically a big cat. He roams by himself. He don't have no herd, and he knows how to take down plenty of things. By just working on himself. And when you don't see a Bengal or a tiger like that, unless he's ready to attack or something like that. So it's different from a lion or anything else in the jungle.
Yeah, I see the offensives of all the other teams already shaking hearing you say that. But look, we like tigers here in Washington. And what about the last book that you had a chance to read?
The last book, I actually read the Kobe Bryant book that he just put out before he passed away. I've been reading that, and just getting motivation from that.
And since you touched on it, and since of course this year has been rocked, 2020 has been rocked by the loss of Kobe Bryant, what did Kobe Bryant mean to you personally?
Just a person who knows what he wanted, and he saw it in life. He went out and attacked it. And that's motivation to everybody. Even though no one didn't see what work he put in behind closed doors, but we all know he put that work in behind closed doors because of what he became and what he done for the whole NBA organization.
Family is very important to Jimmy, and where he grew up has a lot to do with the type of person he is today. As a native of Belle Glade, Florida, here's Jimmy on the importance of representing his family and his hometown for What Drives You, presented by Nissan.
I grew up in Belle Glade, Florida, a small town right outside of West Palm Beach, Florida. Not too far from Okeechobee Lake. And I'm trying to tell you, nothing but cane fields. You go out there, only thing it is sports to do, chase rabbits, and that's what we did all day, basically.
Hold on, wait, I have to stop you. You said chase rabbits?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a cane field, in the cane field you have rabbits and stuff like that. But, that just helped us get our ability to run and quick agility, So that's what brought the quickness out of me, my agility here and there, And I'm just glad to be from a small town, where a lot of, not a lot of NFL players go, but we got a couple few like Anquan Bolden, Fred Taylor, Santonio Holmes. We had a couple few that made it to the league. And so just supporting that town, just showing everybody what I'm capable of doing, puts the town on notice.
And he was the type that okay, if I make it, I make it. If I don't, hey.
No, he wasn't never that type. He was determined. He's gonna make it through all. When he was determined, if people told him no, he was like, that's what you say. He was just that determined kid. And I always asked him about his size. And he was like, Mom, don't worry about that. I play bigger than my size. Don't worry about that. They're just people talking.
And I always tell him the smallest rock sits on the highest mountain.
Yeah. So he was determined. I was on the road with him. If that's what he wanted to do, I was there with him, me and his father and his family.
You have a lot of people congratulating you. But you also have haters and people who's watching you as well, who trying to bring you down. So you have to watch your surroundings. But going back home to my hometown is a lot of love, because a lot of people didn't expect me to be here, but they saw the work ethic and they knew what I was capable of doing. So everyone in that small town already knew what Jimmy Moreland had in store. They just had to get it out to everyone else and had to show the world. But going back to that town is much love.
I still can't get over him chasing rabbits. Wow. In week 1 of the 2020 NFL season, Jimmy Moreland recorded his first career interception, and because of all the restrictions in place due to COVID-19, his parents weren't able to enjoy the moment with their son in person, but there's a chance Jimmy might have heard his family celebrating even from hundreds of miles away.
11:53 to go, third quarter, 17-7 Philadelphia. They start in pretty good field position, their own 45. Wentz back to pass on.
Oh, there you go.
It's picked
there
up.
You go.
Go to the house.
There you go, Jimmy.
Go to the house. 30, caught from behind inside the 20. Pick off by the People's Corner.
And Jimmy recorded his first career interception against the Philadelphia Eagles. You guys have to give me, what was your pure raw emotion when he accomplished?
I think everybody in this house pretty much cried. Everybody cried. We was yelling. We was at my sister-in-law's house, which is his aunt. The neighbors called the police because they thought something had happened. So we had cops to the house. And, I'm a law enforcement officer, so I went out and talked to my, co-workers and told them we okay. It's just that we was excited.
Still to come, we'll take a look at what's trending in the football world this week. Plus, Coach Ron Rivera tells us why it's important for you to vote in November's election. We'll be right back with more of The Life.
A moment of joy, a source of inspiration, an act of kindness, an old friend, a new beginning, some welcome relief, or a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
Welcome back to The Life. I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson. We are now a month away from the 2020 election, and the Washington football team wants to make sure you, the fans, do your part and participate in this year's election. The team announced last month that FedEx Field will be a voting location for Prince George's County residents. For more on why you should participate in this year's election, here's a message from our head coach, Ron Rivera.
I'm Ron Rivera, head coach of the Washington football team. It's real important that we vote because you're picking and choosing the people that will most affect you daily. When you pick the mayor, when you pick the city commissioner, when you do those things, you're picking the people that are going to control the way you live and how you live and what goes on in your community. Voter registration is a priority for me and for the Washington football team because we believe that everybody has a voice and it's important that everybody votes. Have a say in who runs our country. Have a say in who runs our state. Have a say in who runs our city, who runs our communities. Just knowing so many people have worked and committed and fought and died for the right that we have to vote. In today's time, you have an opportunity to impact our world, impact our country, impact our community. And I think it's our right, but it's also our duty to do so.
It's time now to take a look at what's blowing up on everyone's timelines on social media. Here are our top TikToks of the week. We all love a good touchdown and post celebration, but because it's 2020 and we have a new normal, it's only right that we sanitize first, right? Before celebrating. For Juju Smith-Schuster, scoring is nothing new, but hopping in the stands and celebrating as a fan when you know we can't be there, Juju, just ouch. Way to rub it in our faces. LSU's Justin Jefferson bringing his signature dance moves to the big stage. It wouldn't be an NFL Sunday if we didn't get to see the gritty in the end zone. No better way to celebrate your first NFL touchdown. Over the weekend, Cam Newton provided the internet with the next viral gif. The Patriots quarterback was caught on camera sliding out of his seat during a conversation with his teammates on the bench. I don't know what they were talking about, but I can definitely relate to Cam as we have all, yes, we've all had those moments. Returning back to team news this week, Washington football team alum Vernon Davis continued to tear it up on ABC's Dancing with the Stars. In the Disney-themed episode, the former tight end danced the quick step to Beauty and the Beast Be Our Guest. Yes, a favorite. Davis's dance moves earned him and his partner a score of 22 out of 30. Carol Baskin of Netflix Tiger King unfortunately was eliminated this week. And with the most NFL stadiums closed to fans, teams are getting very creative with their fan cutouts. This past weekend, the Denver Broncos featured a section entirely filled with South Park characters. And yes, of course, they were wearing their masks. And how about this for a throwback? Before one of Washington's practices, the team was dancing to the song Before I Let You Go. And no, I don't mean the Beyonce version, unfortunately. I'm talking about the original by Frankie Beverly and Maze. Shout out to the team for knowing the original. And team president Jason Wright reflects on his playing days in Cleveland and the process of developing a new name, I know you all want it, for the Washington football team, plus his touchdown celebration dance that you won't want to miss. You can find all that and more in his President's Weekly Brief blog. Make sure to check it out on WashingtonFootball.com. Plus, the good news continues to follow. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, and his beautiful fiancée announced that they are expecting their first child. Congratulations to the happy couple. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of The Life after this quick break.
COVID changed everything. More demands on students, parents, educators. But there was a $4 billion education shortfall in Maryland even before COVID. We have a lot to do for our kids. Close the digital divide, provide opportunities to pursue vocational and technical education, and hire more qualified teachers. Question 2 will put millions into Maryland schools using revenue from sports betting. I know it won't solve every problem, but a yes vote will help our Maryland schools.
This fall, if you're looking for an adventure, find it in the new Honda, like the turbocharged Accord, the turbocharged all-wheel drive CR-V, and the all-wheel drive HR-V, with great features like second-row magic seats. It's time to explore and say hello to the open road. Don't miss your chance to get a great deal on your favorite Honda model. When it comes to the best value, Honda leaves the others in the dust. See your local Honda dealer and start your adventure today.
Welcome back to The Life. I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson. Earlier this offseason, several members of the Washington football team partnered up with TAP and Martha's Table to host a charity event, which we love to see, in Ward 8 of Washington, D.C. I caught up with one of the event coordinators, Chris Rogers, to tell us more about the wonderful event.
Tell us about the event, what happened in partnership with the event with Martha's Table.
Oh, we partnered with Martha Table in the District 7 wards. Unbelievable event. We had Jimmy Moreland come out, Deron Payne. We was able to give away over 5,000 boxes, 112,000 boxes and pounds of food. And it was just a phenomenal event. We couldn't have done it without the Cap Alpha and Jimmy with the spotlight. I mean, his energy came in. He's engaging as close as you can be in COVID-19 situation, right? And then him and Deron, they just played off each other very well, and it was just a thrill and a treat. And the community they was impressed because they told me after the fact, Martha Table and everybody from there was saying they haven't seen a Washington football player in that community in over 20 years since Darryl Green. So they was like, to be able to kind of touch Deron Payne and Jimmy Moreland, they're definitely gonna pick up his jersey. They're definitely fans, and it was just unbelievable to serve the community.
Wow, over 20 years. It's great to see that they were back in the community, like you said. And I'm glad we've gained new fans to join our Washington football team. And just going off of that, I mean, can you talk more? What did it mean to you to have Washington football team players a part of the event? Because I also understood you had some players from Bowie State come to the event as well. So what did it mean for you to have them there, to be able to mentor those young men in the community this evening?
Yes, it was so many levels. I mean, to be able to have Bowie State football team, guys who are currently in college, and as well as Capital Leaguers. I mean, and then for them to look up and see Jimmy and Deron there, I mean, it's just a ripple effect, right? Because people talk about it, but to actually see them doing it and serving their community. For Jimmy, it was his first event being in the city, and he was like, man, I definitely want to do more. This is kind of stuff I want to be a part of, to serve and touch our community, especially during this time with COVID, because people are losing their jobs. I mean, the unemployment rate in the minority community, Black community, is twice what it is nationally. And then also the deaths, right? To be able to give them healthy food choices during this time, right? Because we know the access to the food desert, food insecurity, those things are prevalent in our community. So to be able for them to come in and really help and give a helping hand. And then also they also had other staff members from the team. It was by far the best one we did to date, because the energy level was there, the people was there, and people really needed it. So it was just unbelievable.
Each and every Thursday, the Women of Washington release a weekly podcast highlighting the great things women are doing around the organization. Here is a sample of this week's episode, presented by Fresh Vine Wine.
have like a little inside scoop type question, because that's one thing we love to bring to our listeners and our viewers. Does Coach Jordan like bring his work home? Do you all talk shop with him? Like, I know you said Saturdays and Sundays with football are kind of a normal thing. Is it normal to just talk football as well?
We do. I mean, he knows, when to shut it down, but he also knows he also knows that, I enjoy, the game, and I enjoy the aspects of football. So it's really not, in imposition. But the funny thing is, like I mentioned before with the pandemic, there have been definitely struggles. But for me, one of the most interesting, aspects of it was, I mean, like literally, he's never been at home that long. Working from our basement, we set up his shop down in the basement. So it was cool to be able to have him here and pop in and do that. So I mean, with the the guys initially, by this time I may have already gone into the office, had the off season, gone down to training camp and had interaction with them. But I remember one of the first couple of virtual meetings they did, he was like, I want to bring you and the family in today so you can meet the guys. And so, although we haven't had, a lot of one-on-one, with them, we had an opportunity to kind of talk to them over Zoom and meet them in that way. And so, he does sometimes, one of our rituals on a Sunday, typically we would go home and talk about the game together because we're riding home from the game together. But, old habits die hard. So, he comes, every game seems like a road game because he's coming home after the game. And we just kind of talk about, first of all, how his backs did, and then just what I felt like overall as a team. So it's, it's a fun thing. I mean, for me, because it comes naturally and personal to want to know. So it's not, it's not a burden. I appreciate being able to talk to him about the game.
Make sure to download and subscribe to the Women of Washington podcast wherever you find your podcasts. I want to thank you for joining us on this week's edition of The Life. We hope you enjoyed it, and make sure you check us out on WashingtonFootball.com and our YouTube channel for all of our great unfiltered content. I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson, and we'll see you next time.